Welcome to Mondays with Marcia. I'm former Utah State Representative Marcia Judkins, and I'm here to talk Utah politics with you. We're well past the halfway point of the legislative session, and things are really picking up. We're going to start seeing more floor time, more debates, and more bills moving probably a little too quickly. But here's a quick rundown on two that have been on my mind. First, HB267 Labor Union Amendments, and I've spoken about this bill on my last two Mondays with Marcia. This bill bans public employee associations from collective bargaining and imposes other strict limits on them. And despite strong opposition from every labor group in the state and tens of thousands of Utahns, it passed both the House and the Senate and was one of the first bills signed into law by Governor Cox last Friday. So disappointing for me. But anyway, having been on the employer side of collective bargaining with the Utah Education Association, I don't believe this bill addressed any real problems in Utah. And because it barely passed, it's eligible for a statewide referendum, which means that voters could decide whether it stays. Any bill that passes with less than a 2/3 majority is eligible for a voter referendum. To get it on the ballot, opponents would need to gather signatures from 8% of voters throughout Utah within 40 days after the session ends, which is a tough challenge. And I'd gladly help distribute and sign a referendum petition, but I understand if labor groups decide that that effort is just a little too demanding. So the next bill is HB120, which is Time Change Amendments. In my first year in office, I ran a bill on daylight saving time that didn't even make it out of rules, but it was the most searched and clicked on bill that session. People have strong opinions on time changes, and research shows that they negatively impact both mental and physical health, yet we still spring forward and fall back every year. And here's why. So daylight saving time gives us more light in the evening. Standard time gives us more light in the morning, and the vast majority of legislators in the Utah House prefer daylight saving time over standard time. So the problem is that the federal government only allows states to either observe standard time year-round, which is the more light in the morning and legislators don't like, or change clocks twice a year. So staying on daylight saving time permanently is currently illegal under federal law. Arizona and Hawaii have opted to stay on standard time year-round, so they don't have to do the time changes at all. Well, several years ago, Utah passed a law saying we'd stay on daylight saving time permanently, but only if Congress allows it and 5 neighboring states agree. Well, 5 neighboring states have already signed on to this, so we're just waiting for the federal government. HB120, which passed the House and is now in the Senate, would stop the clock changes by keeping Utah on standard time, the more light in the morning, until we're able to switch permanently to daylight saving time from the federal government. So there'd be no more back and forth, just one more final change. Now we'll see if the Senate agrees. So thanks for listening. If you have any questions or need help navigating the legislative process, please reach out, and I'll see you next Monday.